Hey guys, this is Dave here from the Code Quarters Hangout on CodeBuddies.org. Basically, I just made this video to document all the steps that I took to get my development environment up and running. So I wrote a blog post about this a few weeks ago, which I'll link in the description below. So definitely check it out because it has probably a lot better documented detail about all the steps I took. And you can kind of look at it at your own pace. This video is really just for visual learners. In case there were some sections in that blog post that were a little bit confusing, you can see exactly what I'm doing and just follow along. But before I get into that, I just wanted to spend a moment of why I even did this. And I think there are a lot of good reasons why I chose to set up my development environment with Git, Vagrant, and VirtualBox. Basically, the primary reason is that historically I just installed everything on my base machine, but whenever I ran into any issues and I'm searching on Google or Stack Overflow or things like that, it depends on which operating system that you're running, and because everybody is running off of a different one, you have different solutions, so you never really know which one applies to you, and it just takes a lot of time. But I think especially when we're coding together, if we know that we're speaking the same language and working off of a standard platform, then we're probably much better equipped to help each other fix bugs and errors. The second thing, and definitely for new developers to think about, is whenever you're done developing in your development machine, which is your local host, your computer, and you want to deploy that into the cloud, most web servers are Linux machines, and the most popular being Ubuntu. So it's probably important in the beginning to get comfortable with that operating system, to get comfortable with the commands, to get comfortable with the quirks, to get comfortable with the workflow, because eventually you're going to get to a point where you're going to have to deal with exactly that environment. So why not start from day one? And lastly, it's really an issue of portability and flexibility. If you really wanted to, you can save all your virtual boxes on a thumb drive, and you could take that wherever you want to whatever computer, as long as they had Vagrant or VirtualBox installed. That way, it's highly portable in that fashion. And the other thing is, imagine, maybe you installed some package on your base machine in the past and you're like, oh, I actually didn't want that. How do I uninstall it? How do I fix it? How do I revert back? You don't really have to worry about that with Vagrant and VirtualBox. If you really wanted to, you could just destroy the current VirtualBox instance, spin up a new one, and just kind of start from scratch, right? You don't have to reinstall the entire operating system on your computer. You don't have to back up a bunch of stuff. Everything is isolated from each other. So maybe you'll have one VirtualBox specifically for Python projects, and or Python 2 projects, and another box for Python 3 projects, or another box for Ruby, or another box for Node. All of these are just in isolation of each other, and you can spin it up and spin it down whenever you want. And I think that is really valuable because it's not so heavy, it's not so massive, it's not such a big undertaking, and it makes creating development environments pretty trivial. So those are the primary reasons why I decided to do this, because in my opinion, I think it just enforces good habits. So without much further ado, I'll just let you watch all the steps that I took in the next few minutes to get Rails up and running.